Hey ladies, how are we doing today? Welcome to this Wednesday's live training on how to plan your meals to hit your calorie goals. This is part 2 of a 3-part series on how to eat more to bulk. This series is especially geared towards women who are fairly lean and want to gain some muscle tone and healthy weight. In today's training, we're going to talk about how to fit in all of that food into your day, especially if you're a small eater and you're struggling to hit those calorie and macro goals. So last week on Wednesday, we covered what to expect when you eat more. I spoke about the weight gain, how your clothes get tighter, the scale messing with your head, how diet and training come together to bulk, and also how cardio fits in when you're trying to gain healthy weight. Right? I also spoke about how bulking can affect you mentally, seeing that scale go up, and how to overcome that mental obstacle of eating more to gain lean muscle. So, if you're struggling to gain some muscle tone or there's this constant battle in your head about the weight gain, you're going to want to watch the last video. Alright, let's get into today's topic. Now, after I had my baby, I spent a few years trying to figure out things on my own. I was what some might call skinny fat, no muscle tone, flat butt. I did not look like I trained. So my goal was to have some muscle definition. Now my brother introduced me to flexible dieting. This is where you track all of your food on an app and you have to hit a certain amount of calories and protein and carbs and fat. And I did that for over a year. I weighed all my food, I tracked everything that I put into my mouth, and I religiously trained 5 to 6 days a week. I looked the same, right? Reason being, I was pulling calories and macro calculations off the internet, or I would ask some famous Instagrammer what her calories were and just copy those. I didn't know how much to eat for my body, my goals, my fitness level. So I was eating about 1700 calories and I was about 19% body fat, so pretty lean. Fast forward to several months of frustration, I hired a coach and my calories went all the way up to 2400. So that's 700 calories more than what I was used to. And I struggled. There were days I would just go, I can't do this. I physically cannot stuff any more food in, down my throat. Can anyone relate? Do you feel like you just can't eat another bite because you're just so full? Let me know in the comments. Okay, what happened then was that my progress started to slow down. It was taking really long for me to build lean muscle and I wasn't recovering fast enough to go hard on my next sessions. Now we know that for muscle to repair and grow, we need food. Now, having done this for a while, I learned a few things to help me eat more. And I'm going to share them with you right now. So, 1, start eating earlier in the day. So as soon as you wake up, start munching. If you're faffing around waiting until afternoon to eat, you're going to have to cram an insane amount of food in a short time. Which means intermittent fasting is not the best approach because you have a really small eating window and way too much food to cram in. 2, you want to choose more fast digesting foods. So instead of eating whole wheat, whole meal, or brown rice, or food that just sits in your tummy for a long time and digests really slowly, you want to go for food that digests quickly, like white rice, white pasta, or high sugar foods that leave your stomach quicker so you can fit in more, if that makes sense. Okay, 3, a little bit controversial. Cut down on your salads. Notice I said cut down and not eliminate. Vegetables are super important for you and you should definitely be including them in your diet. But if your plate is like 75% vegetables or salads, you're going to feel really stuffed and you're not going to be able to fit in protein and heavy carbs that are essential for muscle building. So I usually do like 1 cup of vegetables with each meal. Number 4, choose more calorie-dense food. Ideally, you want your diet to include a bunch of fruit and vegetables, lean protein, healthy carbs, and you want to keep processed food, refined sugar and fried foods low because it's generally healthier, it's good for your skin. But when you're bulking, and you're really struggling to meet those calorie goals, eating more high calorie foods like chocolate or burger can actually work to your benefit. You see, it would be great if you could just only eat clean and build lean muscle. Okay, but trying to go over 2000 calories on a bunch of broccoli and potatoes is going to be really hard. So check this out. A regular Snickers bar, okay, the 50-gram bar, it has almost 250 calories, and same with like a 2-finger Twix bar. So here's what I do. I fill the majority of my meals with clean, unprocessed food, and I'll have like a chocolate bar or something around 300 calories from some naughty stuff. I don't know about you, but Snickers goes down my throat way faster than a bucket of broccoli. Now, out of the 4 coaches I hired, one had me eating at 1800 calories one week and then bumped me up to 2500 calories the next week. That's just ridiculous, right? 700 calories overnight. It should never be this drastic. Your body needs time to adjust. And this is what we're going to talk about in our next live training, so next Wednesday. How to slowly increase your food to a point where you're building lean muscle consistently and not gaining a ton of fat. And this is also why hiring the right coach is super important. Okay, I've worked with 4 coaches and I'm still working with a coach to get to my goals as my body keeps adapting. If I hadn't started with a coach, I'd probably still be winging, my calories and looking the same after 3 years. So, no, Google is not going to help you. If you're struggling to build lean muscle, the process is going like really slow. You're unable to fit a crazy amount of food you're gaining too much fat. You need to get help, okay? Or it's going to take you several years and you will probably never figure it out. Is this you? Let me know in the comments. Are you just tired of taking stuff off the internet and not seeing the results that you want? Lean muscle tone, small waistline, more definition. Drop a line in the comments and I'll tell you what's working well for the women I'm helping. Alright, that's all for this week. Now, if you're watching on Instagram, the link to join my Strong and Sexy Moms Club, where you can watch these live videos every week, is in my profile. If you're on YouTube or on Facebook, the link is in my caption. Don't forget to tune in next week for part 3 on how to slowly increase your food intake to consistently build lean muscle. So next Wednesday, same time, 2 p.m. GMT, in my Facebook group. I will see you there. Ciao.